Have you ever felt like no matter what you do, life just keeps you stuck in the same place? You work hard, follow the supposed right path, try to improve yourself, but nothing really changes. Lately, I've been feeling that way more than ever, and today I just want to talk about it. I'm not here to give solutions or advice, I'm not looking for answers, I simply want to express how I feel about life at the moment. If you ever felt the same way, then at least you'll know that you're not alone. So, first of all, I'd like to start talking about the job and why it feels so pointless. A big part of my frustration comes from my job. And honestly, it's not just my job specifically, it's the entire concept of modern work. I spend 9 hours a day from Monday to Saturday, not even Friday, from Monday to Saturday at a job that barely pays more than minimum wage. 9 hours of my day dealing with people I don't want to deal with, performing tasks I have no passion for. And whenever I mention this, someone probably in the comments will say, "At least you have a job. Be grateful." Well, I am, kind of. But gratitude doesn't change the reality of the situation. It doesn't make the job any less exhausting or the salary any more fair. The worst part is that even if I wanted to leave, it's not as simple. The job market is oversaturated, filled with misleading opportunities and companies that refuse to pay employees what they are actually worth. It doesn't matter if you have a strong resume, if an employer can underpay someone else, they will. So what choice do I have? Stay in a job that drains me or leave and face financial instability? It's not really a choice at all, is it? One of the hardest parts of all this is the pressure to provide. As a man, there's this expectation that you should be able to take care of your wife, give her the things she deserves, make her happy, and when you can't, well, it's simply devastating. I hate feeling like I'm not doing enough, like I can't give her the things I wish I could. Not just material things, I'm talking about time, attention, experiences. I work so hard, yet I can't even take her out for a nice dinner or buy her something special just because. Not because I don't want to, but because I simply can't afford it. And it's not just about money. Even if I had extra to spend, I wouldn't have the time. By the time I get home, I'm exhausted, and that makes me feel even worse. It's a horrible cycle. I work to support us, but in doing so, I barely get to enjoy life with her. And the thing is, this job consumes all my energy. By the time I get home, I don't want to do anything. Not because I'm lazy or uninterested, but simply because I'm exhausted. I barely have time for myself. I barely have time for my wife, my pets, or anything that truly matters to me. See, I really enjoy playing video games. It's something that used to make me really happy back in the day, but nowadays I feel like it's not like that anymore. Even that, when I sit here to play video games, I feel like I'm wasting my time. I think that's common for us after we get a job. I'm not sure. Well, I work so hard to provide for them, yet I rarely get to enjoy time with them. It makes no sense. And even if somehow I had the energy to do something enjoyable, I wouldn't have the money for it. I can't afford to buy a game I like. Every paycheck goes straight to bills, food, and other basic necessities. So I'm stuck in this endless cycle. I work, I come home exhausted, and this repeats. Nothing really changes. And then there's the guilt, because I know that compared to some people, I don't have it that bad. There are people in much worse situations than mine. people struggling with things I can't even imagine, and that makes me feel guilty for complaining. But at the same time, does that mean we should accept this and pretend we are happy? Just because someone has it worse doesn't mean our struggles aren't real. It doesn't change the fact that we feel stuck, we feel exhausted, and that we feel like we're wasting our lives. Surviving is not the same as living. And I don't think wanting a decent life is asking for too much. Another thing that makes me really sad is that I think that nobody envisions this life for themselves. When I was younger, I had different expectations. I thought I would have choices, that I would be able to build a future that made sense. Like they always say, go study, go to college, do something that you like, it will pay off in the end. I mean, I don't know, but no one prepares you for the reality that life is mostly just working to survive. At some point, society simply decided that spending the majority of our lives working jobs we dislike just to barely get by is completely normal. People say, work hard and you'll succeed. But that's not necessarily true. There are plenty of people who work tirelessly in their entire lives and never achieve stability or happiness. It is not even about wanting wealth. Like, I don't want to be rich. I don't envision me being rich. I just want to have a life outside of work. I just want to spend my free time with people I love, doing things that I love. Makes no sense to me having to wait 50, 60 years to do so. And I think that's what it all comes down to. It's not just about money, it's about time. I want time to actually live my life. Think about it. Imagine working your entire life to provide for your family, only to never actually spend time with them. This is exactly where I am right now. I work so hard to ensure my loved ones have everything they need, yet I don't get to share life with them. I can't take a trip with my wife. I don't have time to sit and relax with my pets. It feels like I'm working just to survive, not to live. And remember, even if I had time to, for example, take a trip with my wife, I wouldn't have the money to do so because most of my money goes directly to pay my bills. I'm not sure why I'm even saying all of this. I suppose I just need to get it out of my system. And maybe, if you feel the same way, it helps you know that you're not alone. Because I know I'm not the only one experiencing this. I know there are many others stuck in the same cycle, working, feeling exhausted, wondering if this is all there is to life. But no one really talks about it. Everyone just carries on, pretending that this is fine, that this is how life is supposed to be. But it isn't fine. I don't think it is. I don't have an answer. I don't know what the solution is. I only know that this doesn't feel like living. Well, people, that is really all I have to say. No profound conclusion, no words of wisdom, just my thoughts. If any of this resonates with you, at least you know you're not the only one feeling this way. If it doesn't, well, I suppose that's a good thing for you.